An independent study suggests that a proposed reservoir site in Newton County is not suitable for that reservoir. I'm Chris Warner with what that study found and whether or not that's changing Missouri American Water's approach.
Plus, what MoDOT has in store for incoming funds from federal law and gasoline tax increase. And we get an inside look at the new home for hundreds of Missouri Southern students.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
In 2019, Missouri American Water announced plans for a new reservoir in Newton County. Well, now an independent study says it won't work. This is KOAM News at 6. KOAM's Chris Warner has more on that study, American Water's reaction, and the reason for the reservoir.
Tom Ailey is the president of the Ozark Underground Laboratory based in Taney County. He's also the senior hydrogeologist with the firm and has been doing studies like this one for more than 50 years. He was hired by a private resident whose property is part of the future reservoir. Ailey says the site proposed by Missouri American Water is unsuitable.
Where they propose to put the dam would be on top of a segment of the stream that goes dry every summer. The basin is 15.7 square miles. It should have a nice stream flowing through it year-round if it didn't leak.
Leakage from the site is Ailey's biggest concern.
And one of the big problems with leakage in cave areas is you can't find the localized holes through which all the water runs. And our flow rate measurements demonstrate there are many such holes.
Ailey says MAW would be best not to proceed with the reservoir.
My concern is this will be very disastrous for the long-term water supply of Joplin. The problem is if you put money into something that doesn't work, you lose all your money on that project and you still have to develop a water supply that will supply Joplin into the future.
Matt Barnhart with Missouri American Water says they've reviewed Ailey's study.
We definitely read the report, front to back and inside and out. I mean, that's what responsible scientists do. And in that, we've also taken the time to expand those items.
That, in turn, has led them to get with their own teams and have them review the data and conduct additional research into the site.
We haven't seen anything that would stop the reservoir. We have seen things that will cost extra additional monies to fix and to rectify.
Barnhart says getting it right is key.
This is a significant investment made into the future for the Joplin area. And it has to be done right. There's not a second chance.
Then there's the reason for the reservoir. It would add capacity for American Water's supply for the Joplin area, which is key due to a drought the area experienced in 1954. According to climatological records from the National Weather Service in Springfield, Joplin was upwards of 20 inches below average for rain that summer, set record highs nearly daily for 3 months, and in that time only received 3 inches of rain. It's that possibility of another drought in the future that has Barnhart concerned.
If we had the drought of 1954, we would have weeks that we would not be able to produce water.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
The current expected cost of the reservoir is around $300 million, but that could change depending on what site issues need to be addressed. MoDOT says a project that would build a bridge over a Joplin train track is high on its priority list. MoDOT is working on plans after the passage of the federal infrastructure bill and Missouri's gasoline tax increase. MoDOT officials say the increase in funds doesn't quite cover the cost of its list of projects, but any dollar helps.
We've got an unfunded needs that approach $10 billion. So $400 million a year isn't going to get us all the way there. But really, for the first time in decades, we're actually going to be making progress, and we're going to be, you're going to be seeing over the next couple of years.
MoDOT says a proposed overpass at 32nd Street near Hammonds Boulevard is a Tier 1 project. It's in the early planning stages, but its Tier 1 status means it would be among the first new projects MoDOT would build. Boy, it's been a beautiful day. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
Yeah, fantastic day. Temperatures all the way up into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees, which is kind of crazy. We had quite a bit of sunshine, very windy. Those southerly winds really helped our temperatures warm up throughout the day. You can see these mid and upper level clouds starting to increase. Nothing underneath them, but we are going to have a lot of clouds building as we go through the overnight hours. You can see the big cloud deck out across pretty much the entire state of Kansas. Temps right now anywhere from 67 in Cassville, 70 in Carthage, 69 in Nevada. We have 69 in Oswego. Miami also at about 68 degrees, but still these southerly winds kicking in. It's going to stay fairly breezy for us tonight, but what this is going to do is keep our temperatures up. So a slow drop through the 60s, but we're only going to bottom out into lower 60s by the time we head into tomorrow morning. Then big changes moving in tomorrow. I'll describe that for you here in just a bit.
Catch you then. A new home is coming for hundreds of Missouri Southern Lions. The university today held an open house for the new Lion Village. It's a 4-story, 94,000 square foot complex that houses more than 300 students in a combination of 4-bedroom suites, traditional 2-bedroom units, and private rooms.
Something our older buildings don't have is a lot of space for students to either study or just conjugate and get together with friends. This building, if you look at all 4 floors, have a kind of similar layout. We have common areas on each end. In addition, we have smaller 2 to 5 person study rooms, a large learning center, a movie theater, and some extra common areas for students to gather.
The suites include a kitchen with a stove, refrigerator, microwave, and cabinets, as well as a living room with multifunctional seating. Missouri's Attorney General is suing the Springfield, Missouri School District over an alleged Sunshine Law violation. The AG's office says the district violated the Sunshine Law when the district requested $37,000 to produce documents related to critical race theory. The suit asks the court to declare the district in violation of the law and order the district to release all records to the AG's office. It also asks the court to order the district to pay $1,000 in penalties for any, quote, knowing violation under the Sunshine Law. The company behind this electric vehicle will soon call Northwest Arkansas home. The electric vehicle company KOAM has announced plans to relocate its headquarters to Bentonville and create more than 500 new jobs. A research and development facility will be in nearby Fayetteville. KOAM announced earlier this year that it would build a manufacturing facility in Pryor, Oklahoma. KOAM says the announcement is part of a plan to make the U.S. 412 corridor from Oklahoma to Arkansas a, quote, center of electric vehicle research, development, and manufacturing power. Still ahead, a new destination for Duquesne, Missouri outdoor lovers is closer to reality. And kids helping kids. A daycare's efforts to help the families of Ronald McDonald House in Joplin. It's official, Duquesne, Missouri is getting its own city park. Duquesne officials celebrated the first steps today with a groundbreaking ceremony for the park's walking trail.
It is going to have a trail which is 8 feet wide concrete and will be about 0.23 quarters of a mile, so it's about a quarter of a mile around. This is the first phase of what we hope will be a park that will have a lot of improvements over the next 3 years.
The new park and trail are partly financed by a grant with help from Algier Martin and the Harry S. Truman Council. It's kids helping kids in southwest Missouri. Lil Rascals Clubhouse, a Webb City daycare, today donated more than $1,200 to the Ronald McDonald House. The money was raised by the clubhouse as a way to teach kids about kindness.
World Kindness Day was Saturday, November 13th, and so each year at Little Rascals Clubhouse, we pick one charity for our families to donate to, and this year was the Ronald McDonald House.
The Ronald McDonald House of the 4 states provides a home away from home for the families of seriously ill children staying in the local Mercy or Freeman hospitals. Later, a pair of Neosho student athletes will continue their careers at the college level. We're going to tell you where they're headed in sports.
Plus, turning significantly colder over the next 24 hours. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great Tuesday for us today. The past few days have been fantastic, but what a warm-up for us today. Upper 70s to near 80 degrees. It was fantastic. A little bit on the windy side, but when you warm up this much this time of the year, you're always going to have to deal with the wind across the region. But temperature is still pretty good. Most of us upper 60s to near 70 degrees, and we're not going to drop off that much as we go through the overnight hours. Look at the south winds. Most of the day 15 to 25. They're still near 20 miles per hour across the region. We're getting gusts that have been higher than that, in that 30 mile per hour range. And it looks like it's going to stay pretty breezy as we work through the overnight hours. Of course, dark. Currently outside, sitting at 70, south winds at 20. Relative humidity is checking in at about 59%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 60s, but we only bottom out lower 60s. That's it. That's as far as we're going to drop as we go through the overnight hours. The drop is going to occur mainly tomorrow afternoon. All right, clouds increasing, upper level clouds, nothing underneath the clouds. So we'll stay dry throughout the evening hours, but this is the beginnings of our next storm system. Most of the energy is up across the northern parts of the plains. This is not a very strong system, but it does have a pretty strong cold front with it. It doesn't have much in the way of moisture to work with. We are going to get some showers, just not heavy amounts of rain as that front works through. Through the evening hours, we're fine. Through the overnight hours, temperatures really don't drop off much. Let's start at 5:30 in the morning. See a few showers trying to pop up, far northern counties. That's our front. Watch the front sink south through the morning. Here's 8:30 in the morning. Everybody ahead of it into the 60s. Everybody behind it dropping through the 50s and 40s. The front will continue to press south. It will be through the metro by about 11 a.m. With it, you can see some light little showers. Not a big deal, just light showers across the region, sticking around into the afternoon. And then finally, these showers will start to roll out by the time we head into the evening hours. But look at our day planner. 6 a.m., 62. 59 by noon, dropping to 50 by the middle of the afternoon. We're going to have those light showers, north winds at about 10 to 15. We'll start to clear out tomorrow night. It's going to be cold. We'll drop near freezing, but pretty much clear skies. And then as we go into Thursday, much cooler, upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So it's going to be pretty chilly on Thursday, but by Friday we get southerly winds back, and that's going to help our temperatures start to warm back up in the right direction. So Friday in general looks pretty good. Saturday in general looks pretty good, but Saturday night into Sunday, we'll start to get some light showers in here and then cool back down once again. 67 tomorrow, 50 on Thursday, 55 on Friday, 61 Saturday, a little bit cooler Sunday with some early morning, early afternoon showers. And then Monday and Tuesday look pretty good. Next week, can you believe it? It's Thanksgiving. So let's take a look. 60 with rain on Wednesday. I'm going to keep Thanksgiving and Black Friday dry right now. It's going to be kind of chilly, but overall, I don't think we're going to have much in the way of travel concerns if people are traveling around the region. But I can't believe Thanksgiving, just a week away.
Yeah, that tends to happen every year. It's good the travel conditions at this point appear to be okay. Thanks, Todd. Coming up in sports, a pair of Neosho High School student athletes signed today to continue their careers at local colleges. And a local boxer prepares to return to the ring, aiming for a 2-0 start to his pro career. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
A pair of Neosho High School student athletes signed today to continue their careers at the college level. Lily Grau will play softball at Labette, while Caden Cole signs to run cross country at Missouri Southern. Now Cole, coming off a big-time senior season, he was COC Conference champ and was named First Team All-District and First Team All-State. Now Grau, no doubt one of the best softball players in the area. This fall, she was First Team All-Conference and First Team All-State, the first Neosho softball player to be named All-State in 20 years.
I think what excites me the most is that I have wanted to play college ball my whole life, and so it's so rewarding knowing that I'm actually getting to go to the next level because not everybody gets to do it, and so I just know that I've worked hard enough to get to accomplish this.
No, I think I can walk in there and be a contributor to the team, so I'm pretty confident in that. Just being a local is one of my main things, and the team there is just really cool, so being local and staying around, it's pretty awesome.
Well, local boxer Theron Crouch is getting back in the ring in early December. Crouch will fight at Buffalo Run Casino on December 4th. aiming for a 2-0 start to his pro boxing career. Now, Crouch, aka the Midwest Maniac, scored a knockout win in his pro debut back in September. He picked up that knockout in the second round. Now, Crouch says after being an MMA fighter for 3 years, adjusting to the pace of pro boxing took a little time.
I went in there kind of with an MMA mindset, almost a little bit too intense. I think boxing is a little bit more of a chess match. This time I plan on slowing the fight down, showcasing my skills. More so just controlling the pace. I think that's the biggest difference for me. My game plan, I didn't stick to it. Got coach a little bit worried. Did a few things. He baited me into stuff that he shouldn't have baited me into. I want to show that I'm a little bit more disciplined fighter. So this time around, I think that's what I'm going to focus on, is being more disciplined and executing my game plan and not getting drawn into that stuff.
Well, tonight is the opening round of the MIAA postseason volleyball tournament. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas have made it in as the 6th seed after winning 9 conference games in the regular season. The Gorillas have to go on the road tonight in the quarterfinals, facing 3rd-seeded Washburn. That one actually just getting started in Topeka. I have highlights from this one right here tonight at 10. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Honor a local veteran, Army fire crewman Terry Bendur served in the U.S. Army from 1966 to 1968. The Quapaw, Oklahoma native received a number of medals for his service in Vietnam, including the National Defense Service Medal. Army fire crewman Terry Bendur, a 4-state hero. When Chief star quarterback Patrick Mahomes arrived in Kansas City, there was at least one thing missing: a Whataburger restaurant. Mahomes took matters into his own hands, and now the city of Fountains has its first of what will be many Whataburger locations. As reporter Abby Dodge tells us, Kansas Cityans welcome the new location in a big way.
It's a sight to see, and for some, it's just that.
We'll come out in a couple of weeks and check it out for sure.
All of this for this.
The loot. Oh shoot, there we go. Got a good old sandwich. Extra pickles for my dad.
Are you hoping this wins you some points?
I hope so, gotta get some points for closer to Christmas,
Others hoping to see someone who scored a few points of their own yesterday.
I was hoping to run into him. We were hoping to see Patrick, but oh well. No.
If at first you don't succeed,
I was here at 9 o'clock. I already had one.
Or even if you do, try again.
I had to wear different sunglasses so they wouldn't recognize me when I went through the line.
Mary Brooks spent 15 years living in Texas. The burnt orange sign is a sight she can't get enough of.
I think this will probably be my last time for today.
Coming back tomorrow, though?
Can't guarantee I won't.
Mahomes and his fellow investors plan to open 30 Whataburger locations in Missouri and Kansas over the next 7 years.
It's really good, but if I walked up and I saw that line or drove up, I'd be like, I don't need it that bad.
I've never eaten a Whataburger.
Oh, you gotta try it. They just have a wide range of every type of burger you can think of.
Yeah.
And it is good. It's not 2.5 hours waiting in line.
I wouldn't
good.
think so. But they wanted to see Mahomes.
Yeah.
They struck out there. The weather pretty nice at the moment.
Yeah, it looks great through the overnight hours for us tonight. We're going to stay into the 60s. We're going to have a morning high of 67, but by this time tomorrow evening, we'll be into the 40s. We're going to have on and off showers. But you can see over the next 10 days, going through Thanksgiving, overall, we look pretty good.
Final sports note.
16 Pittsburgh State football players earned all MIAA recognition today, including 4 first-team selections. You can check out that on our website.
Congratulations to them, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.